this is Sprites. Today I intend to go through a proper lipstick routine and how to apply lip colour, whether they're lip velvet tints or glosses or any lip oil or anything, and how to layer them and how to make them look good and last a long time on your skin. So that's something I will be talking about today. But firstly, I'm not very good at YouTube, so I just wanted to have like a moment of honesty where I talk to you as myself. So in the last few months, I've been going through a lot of stress. I've been diagnosed with stage 4 endometrial bowel issues. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a better way to word it. I have severe endometriosis in the bowel, and I'm saving up for a lot of surgeries that I need. I need to check when I have a colonoscopy coming up on the 24th of March, and I need to check when that happens that the tumour that's invading my rectal wall is non-cancerous, and also see if they can remove it. So that would be great. Then after that, I'll be in recovery, but my endometriosis has gone to the gallbladder as well and is causing inflammation, so I'm gonna have to lose that one as well. And yeah, then eventually we go back to the bowel again, and I will have to go through a I don't know how to say this in very nice words, but a resectioning of my bowel. So I've got a lot of lesions in it, including that large invading mass, but it's basically all glued together, and I'm really struggling to function with this. So it sucks. Okay, it's an invisible disease. It's not something that I wear proudly. I can't show my guts springing around freely or unhappily, but I just wanted to give you an update on why I've been away for quite a while, and also for why I've created my Patreon, because a lot of this is taking a mental toll on me and also a financial toll on me. So I'm always grateful for all the patrons that have subscribed to my channel, and I'm really, really happy about that. So I don't want you to feel pressured into joining my Patreon or anything like that, but it is a cool place for me where I feel like I can connect with you guys more. Like, we can actually have a DM there, which would be nice, because sometimes I like to actually learn about you guys and what you're into and stuff. So, and I want to know what you like about what I give, which doesn't really feel like much. Sorry, stress vaping. But yeah, so this year has just been a lot of health problems, and I'm getting through there one day at a time. But I really would appreciate if you have just the spare support to sort of just sign up for maybe even just a month or two, and then you can leave. And or if you'd prefer to just access one Patreon video or anything, you can message me on PayPal and we can try and figure something out. So yeah, I'm all still pretty new to this stuff, so I'm still trying to learn, and I love making these audios, but at the moment, knowing that I need the money, I have had to sort of try and learn how to mix it a bit, and and that maybe I should explain, why I'm promoting myself so much on Patreon at the moment as well. But yeah, so with that over, I won't bore you with any more of my health talks. I wanted to get into a role play where I can sort of show you how to use a lipstick collection that I've got going on, because I feel like a lot of people go very, very wrong. And I need a sip of water. I'm sorry. I spilt it on myself. Why does this always happen to me? Okay, back to it. So when I'm doing my lips, okay, which is lips for me is last. I do it after concealer. I do it after foundation. I do it after eyelashes, brows, hair. Yeah, pretty much everything. The lips usually come last. To me, they're like the final blossom, It either makes or takes the figure. I've completely forgotten the actual analogy for that one, but I hope you understand what I mean. So I'm going to be practicing on your lips today, okay? So it's your live demonstration. So for my stuff, I lost my lipstick. Hold up a minute. We can save this, and we did. Alright, so here we go. We've got a lipstick that it's more in the coral stage. So if it's coral and light, it's something that I generally keep towards the middle firstly. Actually, no, towards the outer layers firstly. Because what I want is a darkening in the center. Okay, so if you could just lean across and lend me your lips. Yeah, I'm just going to dab it on. I'll let you know what I'm using. I'm using the Revlon Matte Balm in the shade. Doesn't give me a fucking shade. Oh, shade 255. Not like that is much help, but it's a very like sandy, creamy sort of color. So I outline my entire lip like this, and then I'm going to do it on you just as well. Okay, so just make sure you keep your lips open, because I'm not skipping any part of it here. Okay. Okay, now that, honestly, I'm not particularly fond of that product as a standalone, like just using it on your lips as a lipstick and keeping it there. I much prefer to sort of blend or find something that's a bit nicer. I'm usually into really sheer jelly tints, but I thought I'd go for something more glam today, and that's why we have a makeup brush. A little bristled one. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is going in with, it's slightly more of a peachy color, and I'm going in just using it on my lips again, on the center and above. Okay, sweetie, can you do that one for me as well? Yeah, just open up. There we go. Oh, I missed a little bit on your bottom lip, so just open that up. Yeah, I just don't want this bleeding too much into the base coat that we put on, so yeah, there we go. Always do this little lip smacking thing when I feel good. Lastly, we have like a gloss, and this gloss, it's light, it's pretty transparent, but it will like Oh, maybe it's not as transparent as I thought. But no, the good thing about it is it's blendable, okay? And that's why we have the fluffy brush here. It's just a normal eyebrow brush from Chi Chi, but it gets you places. um, so I usually start by I'm using my own lips at the moment, and I just go along the lower lip. Yeah. And over the top of it. Not really ingraining anything over. And then I just feather it back in with that brush. So it's going to feel wet. Keep your lips open. Okay. And then you can make sure that it actually bleeds. It doesn't bleed into the corners of your mouth, you know. You want like a light feathery look. And it's hard to get that done, especially using just one ingredient. So that's why I'm a big fan of using multiple lipsticks and lip oils and, you know, tints at a time to try and get a different thing going. Okay, so I'm just looking in a mirror at the moment of my lips, and I can see that they're quite pale on the outside with more red in the inside, which is what I wanted, but I'd really love to amplify that effect even further. And I really love using the brush. That, like, the brush feels like a non-negotiable for me. It puts it on smoothly, it doesn't cake up as much. But yeah, I'm just gonna go down and look again for, I think this was the darkest maybe one lipstick I had. It's by, why doesn't it tell me who by? Natio. Okay, Natio. In Buff Beauty colour. So that's like a neutral brown, and I like that though. So I'm going to put a bit of that onto my brush and just press that along my lips. Yeah. I'm not touching the corners because I want them to be a gradient. And the last thing is lip oil, just to give that shine again. I want that, anything that was matte in those lipsticks, which they usually are, goes matte, so I like to try and keep it glossy. So I go over all parts here, just gently. And then, yeah. If something feels like it's not blending, you can pull back, try from a different angle. It's generally what I do. Now you, let's see, have you followed my instructions as I told you to, please? You've done well, you've done well. You just need the glittery gloss as well, okay? Open wide. Yep. Oh, and your lips, your inner lips are that dark cherry red, so you definitely chose better, way better lip colours than I got. Because having that cherry kind of colour, it sort of fades out into a softer pink, which is what I'm really looking for here, and it looks natural. So the brush should feel wet now. We're going to have to clean that later at some point, but later, that's a later problem. But yeah, so you can keep using this gloss if you feel like you just want to add a bit more to the tip of your Cupid's bow. Do you want some? You good? Okay. And even, honestly, you can even use it as a blush, but that's not what we're going to do today. So I'll just give you a list of products that I've actually used tonight, because I always forget. So we have the Etude House Fixing Tint in, it's coloured out, I don't know why. Oh well, wouldn't recommend it. Then we've got the Natio lipstick or Buff Beauty lip colour. Goes by Buff Beauty, I'm guessing. These aren't sounding too original, it's getting a bit depressing. And lastly we had this used to be like my favourite, but I obviously don't wear it alone or else I look like a corpse. You know, it needs that buffering, it needs that gradients, or else you look like a corpse. So so I've got the Revlon Matte Balm, and it is in shade 255, and I am very blind, I can't see the tiny part. It just says enchanting ravished something. I don't think it really matters anymore at this point. So yeah, but I've had these in my cupboard for ages, and like for some reason they won't die. I want them to die, but they won't. But they do make good for, you know, trying to mix looks around and trying to, if you don't want to experiment with a lip liner, because I am shit scared of lip liners, then you can experiment with, you know, using little powdery things on your lips. But always make sure you go for a small brush, okay? Like, you're going to take an eyebrow brush, but you don't want to be going for something that's super fluffy and trying to put in creases and, you know, caking it in. You want something that's just going to blend it out gently, okay? A very airy, soft sort of brush. So, yeah. That's been a pretty big talk. Sorry I didn't get to do more of my beauty talk as well today. I do have a free skincare audio available on Patreon. It's free, so you don't have to sign up or be a member to access it. It's for non-binary, trans, anyone, F to M. I'm really bad at pronouns, I'm sorry, but it is for anyone, and that's all I really want to say. So if you feel like getting your skin pampered, I'd love for you to come take a look at it on Patreon. It's free, like I said, no login contract or anything like that, but don't worry. And I'm glad that I've been able to talk about my endometriosis, because it has definitely been hard trying to make beauty products or beauty inspired, you know, audios or even sexually inspired things, you know, for certain crowds when you're not feeling well, and, you know, when you're not doing so well financially because of chronic pain. So yeah, if anyone has any tips with that, that would be great. That'd be great. I mean, I've been doing alright on my own, but, you know, sometimes it feels a little bit more cathartic to share this and actually put this out there. So yeah, thank you for listening.